You should have signed for a big club. Signed for a big club. You should have signed for a big club. West Ham 3, Arsenal 1. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal lost. We went through to the quarterfinals. Look, is it the game that's going to propel our season? Is it the game that's going to, the statement game that's going to say, look, we've lost a couple on the bounce, but we're here. This is not that performance. It's really not. Is it an improvement for the last couple of games? Yeah, I'd definitely say so. I think first half we weren't really at the races. Yeah, we scored a goal. It was a fairly lucky goal. Pretty sure we scored in the first half, having three touches in the opponent's box, and not having a single shot on target. That first half was not a great half of football from us. It really wasn't. We came out the second half and then we started to play a bit of football. Our press was brilliant the entire game. Listen, I know I've said a lot of things about Antonio on the channel and how I think he's really integral to the way we play. But when we play people like Kudus, Benrahma, who I actually thought had a pretty poor game, and Bowen up front, it just allows our press to be so much better. We can win the ball. We can pen teams in. And I said before the game that Arsenal will want the ball. They're not going to want to give us the ball because they want to play the way that they like to play. It's going to suit us that they are going to like the ball and not the ball. The blueprint to beating West Ham at the moment is give them the ball and let them do what they want with it, and then try and pick them apart when they sort of lose the ball and then become their own enemies. And Arsenal didn't follow that. They said, you know what, we're going to play our game plan, and it didn't work at all. We were really good off the counter. I mean, Kudus' goal was so good. So many times we play these long balls in behind and they don't work out, but a brilliant touch to cut inside and a brilliant finish as well. The third goal, I think it was well worked, but Ramsdale has to be doing a lot better there. So look, I mean, if you look at the game as a whole, like I said, it's not that game that's going to be the statement game and is going to propel our season forward and make the Moyes haters doubt, make the Moyes haters think that we're in the right direction, or give the Moyes in a little bit of ammo. It's not that sort of game, But do you know what it is? It's the game where we can just enjoy it, just enjoy the win, enjoy the fact that we've beaten Arsenal, and silence all those Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans, please get in the comment section, please. Message me on Twitter. I absolutely please beg, adore you to get in the Twitter, get in the comment section and give me some grief, because I love it. I absolutely love it. I think that the amount of grief that this channel got over the Declan Rice saga, the amount of grief we continue to get over the fact that Declan Rice chose to go to Arsenal, and we've just beaten you 3-1. I love it. I absolutely love it. And listen, I said before the game that you shouldn't be booing Declan Rice, and I still agree with that. I still don't think you should have. A lot of people did boo him at the game, and I thought that was a little bit unfair, but I'm all for the banter. I'm all for singing the songs. I'm all, when Arsenal were singing, he left because you're shit, I found that funny. I think that's hilarious. I'm all for the banter. When he comes on, I don't think we should have booed him. I gave him a standing ovation. I'm happy to see him back at the club. It doesn't mean I want him to score against us, and it doesn't mean I want him to win. It just means I'm appreciative of what Declan Rice did while he was at the club. And do you know what? The headlines aren't about Declan Rice tonight, or at least they shouldn't be. He came on, he didn't really do anything, and he got booed every time he was on the ball. West Ham fans, they can treat the situation the way they want. I still think that Declan Rice made the right move going to Arsenal. I think we made the right move by selling him, getting the amount of money that we did. But like I say, I'm all here for the banter. I'm all here for the songs. I'm all here for all of that. So, the main takeaways from the game, I think, is that, we've seen a different way of playing. What I will say is that when we pop the long ball up to Bowen, it's not as effective as when we do it to Antonio. I spoke about it a lot of times on the channel that when we put it up to Antonio, it gives us that, he's very strong. He can back into defenders and allow us to progress high up the pitch. Even if he just wins a foul or a throw in, or, even if he just takes a little couple of minutes, even if he loses the ball, he still progressed that bit up the pitch. Whereas when we pinged it up to Bowen, often he got out jumped. Yeah, sometimes he came away with the second ball, but it's very difficult for him to be able to, he's not a big physical striker like Antonio. So playing the long ball doesn't really work for him, but it allows you, like I said, to be able to press the front line. It allows you to be able to have more pace on the counter. I think the counter actually looked pretty good in the second half. First half, it was non-existent. But what I will also say, to be fair, is that Arsenal didn't play well. They didn't really lay a glove on us, to be honest. They weren't able to play their game. And to be fair, part of that is because we were so dominant in the midfield. We just wanted to win the ball back quickly. We didn't want them to have too much of the possession, while also not allowing ourselves to have too much of the possession. The game plan was very clear. You know, when Arsenal have got the ball, get it off them quickly, but then progress up the pitch quickly. You know, make your move quickly. And if we lose the ball quickly, that's fine. But then you just got to get the ball back quickly. Don't allow them too much possession, but we don't need to be sitting there allowing ourselves that much possession. So that was a very clear game plan from David Moyes, and it really, really did pay off. And we know Arsenal like to build from the back, so playing a high line, playing a high press against them is very, very effective. There's a lot of opportunities for us to pick up the ball, or even just, you know, get them to take it out for a throw-in. When they were building up from the back, Aaron Ramsdale did not look confident at all. It was a very, very bold call for Mikel Arteta to drop Aaron Ramsdale for Raya. But judging by today's performance, either that's got in his head a little bit, or he's actually just not the goalkeeper we thought he was, because I think he had a really poor game. I think their midfield was awful. They couldn't really get anything going at all. Whether it's, you know, Arteta did put out quite a second string side, but let's be honest, they should have done a lot better than they did. And even when they had the Sakas, the Martinelli, Rice, you know, Martin Odegaard, even when they came on, they didn't really look like they were going to cause us that much damage. We still look like the side that were more likely to score. So, you know, I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. I'm not sitting in saying that, you know, we're going to win against Brentford and this is the game, like I said, that is going to be our turning point in this season. But if you can't enjoy these sorts of games as a football fan, then you might as well just quit football. You know, games like tonight is why it reminds you why you love being a West Ham fan. You know, it reminds you why you love football in general. You know, we just got to the quarterfinals of a competition, and that might not seem like a lot, but I think tonight, what, Chelsea progressed, Liverpool progressed, Newcastle progressed. That's the three big teams left in the competition now. You know, you've got sides like Everton still in there, Port Vale, Middlesbrough. You know, there's some very winnable fixtures in there, and I don't think the draw's been done as of yet. I'm actually not sure when the draw is, so I'm not sure who our opponents are. They'll probably be tough opponents because we don't have very much luck when it comes to the draws. But either way, you know, we've got to the next stage of the competition. Even if we bow out in the next one, we've already got to a quarterfinal of a competition, which I think is quite a decent achievement, and we've beaten Arsenal to do it. And like I said, tonight it's just enjoyable for a West Ham fan. You know, when these Arsenal fans, and the amount of grief, especially Mark and X, the amount of grief that they got on this channel over the Declan Rice saga. You know, we'd say, oh, he's, you know, 90 million will not be accepted, and every Arsenal fan would say, yeah, of course it is. You're lying. You know, and then it would turn out to be true. They'd all come to him. Oh, you know, what's going on with the Declan Rice saga? Oh, you're all lying. Oh, you don't know nothing. And then, you know, every single thing was on the money. Everything we reported as well was just what we knew. You know, yes, we banged on about the story for quite a bit, but it kept changing. You know, it kept altering. And the amount of Arsenal fans we had in our comment sections, the amount of Arsenal fans tweeting X and giving him hate on Twitter, you know, it's just nice to be able to get that victory over them as well. And, you know, when people are giving us banter for selling Declan Rice, you look at how we played this season. You know, we've beaten Arsenal. We've silenced Declan Rice at the London Stadium. We've been able to have a little sing-song. We've been able to give a bit of banter back as well. You know, before the game, seeing all the stickers, you know, you sold your art to Mikel Arteta, you know, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter now. You know, we've got through to the next round. We've beaten you. We've got bragging rights for a little bit, and we can just sit back and relax and just enjoy the Arsenal fans, enjoy their backlash and all that sort of stuff. Before I end the video, though, just want to give a quick shout out to Trevor. I was at the West Ham game tonight, and just a couple of seats across from me, he leant over and said, you know, hi, mate, nice to meet you. You've got a YouTube channel. Love the content, you know, keep up the good work sort of thing. So I just want to give a shout out to him because I think it is really, really lovely that people do come up to me and say stuff like that. It's not very often I get recognised at games. You know, I'm not like a big media personality. I don't expect to be recognised at games, but you know, at the end of the day, I do this so that I can share, you know, our victories, our losses, our draws, our frustrations, our triumphs. I do it so I can share it all with you guys. You know, we can all talk about it. You know, we can all sort of, you know, band together, and that's the main thing for me is community and, you know, being a part of the West Ham community. So to even have one person come up to me at a game and say, you know, love the content, you know, love the channel sort of thing, it does actually mean a really, really lot to me. So, you know, thanks, Trevor. You're an absolute bloody legend. So hopefully I'll see you in the comment section below. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, West Ham 3, Arsenal 1. Of course, we've got Brentford coming up next on Saturday. Be interesting to see what team we decide we need to go for with that, because of course we have quite a few people coming in. Mavropanos starting, of course, Benrahma starting as well, Souček back in the starting lineup, Fab back in the starting lineup. We've got quite a few things to consider. who should be starting that game? Should we come up with the same system, the same, press from the front, lead from the back sort of system? It's going to be a very, very interesting. Just before we finish as well, probably man of the match for me, I think, is Mohamed Kudus. He led the line brilliantly. He was on form all night, pressing. He was brilliant at driving forward. And, of course, he scored an amazing goal. So, for me, Mohamed Kudus absolutely has to be man of the match. Like I say, Arsenal 1, West Ham 3, victory over Declan Rice, victory over Arsenal, victory over Mikel Arteta, and most importantly, victory after those salty, annoying Arsenal fans. So enjoy it, West Ham fans, into the quarterfinals. Hopefully we get ourselves a decent draw. And as always, I will see you on the next one.